Hey all, another video request. I'm in Raleigh, and I apologize. I'm behind. Usually I like to knock these things out the day I get them, because that's how anal retentive and not wanting to fall behind I am. I'm like 3, 4, 5 days behind on videos and all these other requests, and it's not that I don't love you guys, it's that I need to take vacation, and I'm in Raleigh for a friend's birthday party, but he doesn't know. But we'll see if he watches. He won't watch it. By the time I don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna. Anyway, got a video request. Again, if you want to have a video request and you're willing to drop 20, 25 bucks, maybe less if you got a simpler question, you may email it to me. Go to assholeconsulting.com, and the great Maha Aaron will tell you all. Anyway, from Anna. Hi, before anything else, I would like to tell you how much respect and admiration I have for you. Well, thank you. It's only recently that I've been reading your blog, but I had to contact you. It terrifies me how any opinion statement you make, I agree with. Any opinion statement you make, I agree with it. Her English is not her native language, so we'll forgive her. It happens so much that I question myself whether I have an opinion myself. No, I just have logic and reason and adherence to facts and reality and the truth. Anyway, here's my story. I'm 19. I come from Belgium, but now I moved in Germany for my studies, which is business economics. Go accounting. I live in Leipzig. Leipzig? I took 3 years of college German. Don't remember a damn thing except how to ask a girl to dance. And even then, I don't conjugate the verb right. And I've been told by German speakers it sounds very condescending when I ask them to dance. I think the first city of leftists. I think I will turn crazy. I love people here, but their lack of critical thinking / reason makes me feel alone, and sometimes makes me feel as if I'm the one having the problem. I now fear saying my political views out loud, even with the boys I meet, because I'm too afraid to be seen as heartless. How should I handle this? Thanks a lot. I want to also tell you that I find you really charming. Well, yes! I am very charming, thank you. Your political views are as screwed up as your taste in men. No, I'm joking. Alright, here's the deal. This is an important one because it's not just for Anna or me or one or two people. This is for every young conservative or libertarian person out there in the world. And the reason why is that when you are conservative or libertarian and young, the vast majority of your peers are not. And this is because they're brainwashed by public schools, they're brainwashed by media, and frankly they're young and stupid. Right? They're not wise. This is why as people get older they become conservative, because they live in the real world more. They're not namby-pambied by the state or the education industry or media or whatever. And then they got to work in the real world, and then they got to pay their taxes. And then maybe by the time they're 40, they look at the national budget, maybe, and then maybe I should educate myself before voting. Anyway, and here's the problem that young people in particular face, is that young people, since they typically haven't accomplished anything in life, usually grasp towards something so that they have value. Now, in the olden days, maybe it was religion. I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, or whatever. But now that they eschew and religion is bad in the public schools, you are to gravitate towards a replacement religion is essentially all it is. And that usually comes in the form of politics. Now, it takes many faces, but they all invariably are of the leftist ideology. So environmentalism, socialism, you care about the children, you care about this, you care about going green, blah, 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 you care about feminism. There are scores of different, I'm for the children, whatever, pick your latest crusade. So they very much value themselves on it, which means they put an emotional investment into it. Because they have not really achieved anything in their lives. They just graduated from high school and they're going to college. Those are not achievements unless you're in a hard discipline. So when then you take the combination of the brainwashing they received, you take the emotional and psychological and ego investment they have, and then you're in the exact same situation I was, except instead of Leipzig, it's Minneapolis. And instead of today, it's in the 1990s. And you are ostracized. You are hated. you're even singled out, as I was many times at various parties and social gatherings, as the one conservative or the one Republican or the one Libertarian. Now, there's pros and cons to this. There's goods and bads. And I'm going to argue there's more good than there is bad. Now, the bad is you're going to be the jerk. You'll be called the Nazi. You'll be called the racist. You'll be called the bigot. You'll be called the homophobe. No one's going to want to hang out with, well, most people want to hang out with you. But unlike all the other people, you're unique and you stand out. Now, for men, and in my day, this worked well for me because I was the one who was like fighting everybody. And a lot of women would be repulsed and disgusted, or so they said they were repulsed and disgusted by me being an evil Republican. How could you? Oh, wow, just wow, what an asshole. You really believe that? Well, guess who got laid more at these parties? Me. Because the other option was the wimpy, simpering, agreeable, constantly trying to placate, neck-bearded hippie douche that was not different. And you have to understand, in the realm of social life, just as it is in economics, rarity, whether it's good or bad, means value. All right? In other words, liberal men, liberal women in their 20s are a dime a dozen. There's nothing unique or special about a leftist. Oh, you joined OWS? Ooh, you recycle? Ooh, you're majoring in sociology? Fuck you. You're so common. You're so boring. Oh, you're a feminist too. Oh, wow. That's not interesting. That's not exciting. But if you're one of the rarer ones, even if it is, people will say they disagree with you, they find you despicable, and attach all sorts of epithets and hateful words and descriptions of you, you're still rarer. You're still different. You're not common. You're unique. And the right type of people will gravitate towards you. Now, here's the thing. You're 19, and you're female, and you're a libertarian or conservative. You're at least for free markets. You are a gem. You are a fucking gem amongst all the conservative and libertarian men. If they find you, and that's why you're almost like the IT chick, the hot IT chick, and all the guys whoosh, you're that girl. Now, yeah, you're gonna run into these wimpy type beta dudes who want to help the people and the children. You got them over there in Europe, except it's with an accent. You're not gonna want it, and they so what? They lecture you, they ridicule you, and the women are gonna hate your guts because you're in competition. But I would not hide it. I wouldn't shove it in their face either, like many of these people do, and they proselytize and they put it on there. Oh, look, I'm an environmentalist. Look. And if you don't like it, fuck you. I'm a vegan. Look, I'm a vegan. Don't do that. But just through the normal course of conversation, just say, oh no, I'm a libertarian or I'm a conservative. And when that comes out, the right men are going to find you attractive, and be nice and socially kind to you. Women, I'm sorry, statistically speaking, I'm not saying from a romantic perspective, but from a socializing perspective, if you want to have female friends, sadly, a lot of those late teens, early 20-something girls, they really are bigoted. They really are not open-minded, and they really will hate you if you're a conservative or libertarian or don't follow like sheep or lemmings off the cliff that their indoctrinators told them to. So you may have a harder time finding female friends, and that's all right. As time goes on, you'll run into them. But from a dating perspective, romantically with men, I think you've got the perfect setup. You just got to go and find that. So maybe join the local libertarian group, the local conservative party group. What is the German? I'm completely unaware of what the different, because you have more than one party. Shit, you guys even got a fucking Green Party. What the fuck does their platform got to do with anything? So, I would find the different groups out there. But in general, your libertarian and conservative ideals, your free market ideals, right now is not a disadvantage as much as you think in terms of dating. In terms of socializing with women, yes. But in terms of dating men, no. And it's only going to get better as people get their heads out of their ass and they grow up. Because look, you're obviously a truly independent woman. You're not majoring in some bullshit where you got to go with your hand out for some nonprofit to give you a job. or some government to create some job for you at some fucking social work office. You're actually going to go and work and do something productive with your life, which means you live in the real world, you're sane, and you have logic. Sweetheart, trust me, you have no idea how rare that is. A lot of people don't think this romantic of me, but one of the main reasons I date the girl that I do date, beauty is always a given. You have to be physically attractive, but one of the main non-beauty reasons I date the woman I date, because she shows the fuck up on time, she's an accountant, she's logical, and there's no drama or bullshit. You're going to be one of those rare gems. So, yeah, maybe, and hey, I've been there, we've all been there, we're that one conservative, we're that one evil Republican at the party. And then you're going to have these, they got to prove to themselves, like they got to attack you. Oh yeah, well, and they get in your face and they just completely kill the buzz of the party. How I handled it in the past is I'd always be more educated and informed than them, and then I'd prove them wrong. I also used a thing called the betting tactic. You can look up the betting tactic. But truthfully, I would say just be more mature above them and say, do you really want to talk politics and ruin this party? Loud enough so people can hear it. And just say, you know what, I'm here to have a good time, and I got to deal with enough of this political bullshit back in my education, my job. I'm not here to piss anyone off. If you want to talk politics and ruin everybody and, you know, make sure no one has sex at this party, go ahead. And that'll probably do it. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. You're just more mature for your time. You're gonna have to grow older, but yeah, I think you'll be fine. I don't know what you look like, but yeah, if you're just like a 6 or a 7, like you're in decent shape, with woo, look out! I will mail you a big stick so you can beat all the men away. Back. You're gonna need a number ticket thing, you know, like where you go up and you gotta take a number. I'll send you a big stick and one of those number things, and you give the thing, and okay, boys, take a number, and then they gotta line up, and then you can interview them, and if they try and get, you know, you hit them with the stick. So, anyway, I hope that helps, and I do feel sorry for it. I really do, because I've been there. But just, you know what, you're gonna become a much more interesting person because of this. I mean, imagine how boring it is to be the mass-produced, common, cookie-cutter, boring Ford Taurus 20-something leftist. It's just, there's no intellectual stimulation, there's nothing new. It's just, take what media says, consume. Take what teachers say, consume. Shit and spit out, same thing they told me to. Look at it this way, their lives are going to be wasted because it's just so common. You're different, and everybody else out there who's going to be that person at the party, you're going to be different, you know? And that's better, that's good, because you're going to have a much more interesting life than these people who they're just sheep. They're just fucking sheep. Anyway, that's all we got. Toodles.